So you got drunk this weekend?
I got drunk this weekend and it's Tuesday now. I got drunk Saturday night and I feel like I'm now in recovery.
Oh no.
Like I was hungover for 2 days and I had 4 cocktails, and this is a large number of cocktails for me.
Yeah, like minimum, that's like 8 shots, you know? If you had like a martini, that's a 3-shot drink. So,
well, I guess I had a beer. We went to like a store party and they had a punch. So who knows what was in
like
that.
a store opening party?
It was like their 1-year anniversary and they had,
cute.
It's a vintage store called, shout out, it's called Botched. And my friend Jolyn has a little rack there. Isn't it a good name?
Yeah.
And her, Kate, well, get this. Her like little rack is called Complaint Department.
That's cute. That's cute.
She is like single-handedly upping the ante on my entire wardrobe. Everything I've bought in the last like 3 months is from her store.
Cool.
Good stuff over there. So anyways, we went to that party and they had this punch that was like some kind of pink gin.
Uh-huh.
And this place is kind of cool. And it's like people that wear tooth gems. And
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I know the type. It just means they're going to have good style. Was the punch bowl like it's a crystal bowl?
well, no, it was like had a spout on it.
Oh, a pitcher.
Yeah, a pitcher, so to speak.
Okay.
Anyways, this kind of quirked out cocktail had sparkles in it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Glitter cocktail. All right.
Yeah. And I was a bit like, it was good. It was great. And it's fun.
I don't know if you should be drinking sparkles.
Well, I just don't know the source.
Yeah. Where do those sparkles go? Like, are they inside your body forever now? Like,
maybe.
How does edible sparkles work?
I'm gonna pee sparkles. I'll let you know.
Let us know. Keep an eye.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out.
It's like eating beets. Like, you're like,
Exactly. Am I okay? Oh my God. But yeah, so I had beer at dinner, 1 beer, and then I had one of these cocktails. And then my friend Berkeley and I went to a cocktail bar. Ooh. And we had kind of, you know what we had? And it's something that we've been both hyper fixating on. And it was just so fun to have was a lychee martini. How 90s is that?
Very 90s. Very back right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
The lychee martini. And I love a lychee. They give you a fresh lychee in there.
So sadly, no, because this wasn't a place that does this. The lovely bartender just made an exception.
You ordered a lychee martini from a place that doesn't do lychee martinis? I just assumed it was on the menu.
No, we went there being like, this is a risk.
Bold.
Called,
yeah.
You know, I'm shouting out all the local businesses in Victoria right now. This one's called and it's a really good cocktail bar.
Cool.
I actually have a story for you now that we're here.
So, please, is this a related story?
Well, it happened at.
Okay,
so Berkeley and I are sitting there, and there's a group of guys. We're at the bar. There's a group of guys sitting at a table, whatever. One of the guys comes up to the table, interrupts our conversation, fine, and is like, "Hey, are you on Letterkenny?" And I went, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, yeah, like my guy friends were having a debate if it was you or not." And I was like, "Oh yeah, no, yeah, I am." And then he goes, "Yeah, like I don't watch the show. I don't know anything about it."
Shut up, brother.
Just wait. And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, like, you know, fair enough. That's fine." And then he goes, "Yeah, not really a big life-changing moment for me." And then walks away to the bathroom. Okay, so Berkeley and I are just like, that was so unnecessarily rude. And it's this energy of, you know, when people come up to me to say anything about the show or whatever, it's so lovely 99.9% of the time.
It should be nice.
Oh my God, it's Emma. Okay, wait.
Hi.
Can you hear?
No, should I take these out?
Let me see.
No.
Hey, it's not going through the...
Go to the speaker drop-down menu and try and select a different speaker. Is there headphones?
Okay.
Yeah, do default. Maybe that'll drop to your headphones.
Internal speakers.
Default
Is that working differently?
headphones.
Doesn't do anything there? It only has 2 options for the speakers.
No, let's try mic.
You know what?
I don't have a mic.
Exit out of here and then just come back in and I bet it'll work.
Okay, bye.
I bet you it'll work. Bye, see ya.
This was great.
Okay, so we're back here. That is that's a really interesting. Did the table end up coming up and talking to you at all? No,
They
none of the guys?
they
Once
just
they
sat over
confirmed
there.
that you were someone they liked the work of?
Which, again, it's not about wanting attention,
No,
you
it
know,
is.
or whatever, or wanting praise.
course
It's
not.
just, if you're going to come up to somebody, be a normal human being.
Be a respectful person all the time. Like, being this type of... Like, he would never have done this probably if you were a guy. He probably would never have come up and been like, "Hey, Keanu Reeves, like, I've never seen your movies. You and Keanu are on the same plane, by the way. In my mind.
We're very similar careers.
But he probably wouldn't have done, even if he like kind of knew Keanu, he'd be like, cool, nice to meet you. But for some reason, he's like, I think there's an element of, I can't have you, so I will destroy you. Like, men are crazy. Men are fucking sick. Like, and I think there is that in this.
And I can't wait to get Emma's take on this a little bit too, where it's like this negging energy that men have, where I'm like, well, because then not 20 minutes later, a lovely woman comes up and is like, I'm so sorry to interrupt my family. We're all really big fans of the show. Would it be okay if you sign this? Oh, thank you so much.
I love the multiple interactions in one night in one bar. You're like, am I a celebrity?
Well, it was weird kind of universe stepping in, balancing the scales, being like, here's this kind of awful male interaction. And then let's like hand you these gorgeous women that are just nailing it.
That's nice.
Then, Evan, this is huge. Another woman comes up and says, hi, huge fan of the podcast. Listen every week.
No way.
That's huge. IRL. Isn't that huge?
That's big. Yeah. Podcast fans are crazy. Did I ever tell you that I was walking in Yorkville a couple weeks ago and someone walking opposite me takes their headphones out and goes, I'm listening to you right now?
No.
I didn't tell you this. It was crazy. She was listening to the podcast while walking opposite me. And took out her headphones.
Really cool. And as somebody who's like obsessed with listening to podcasts and like I fan out over podcast personalities, if I was in her shoes, that would have been such a surreal moment.
Her name's Amber. Shout out Amber. That was great. That was crazy. Amber. It was really cool. I was like, this is amazing.
And shout out the two women at Clive's.
You guys, I quit. I can't get it.
Oh no. You didn't, those were the other headphones you had? You didn't have like a...
No, the only other ones are like from the fucking airplane.
Yeah, use the airplane headphones. Those will be fine.
Try them.
Really?
Give them a try.
Like $2.
Yeah. Hey. This is a good example of Emma's comedic genius.
Yeah.
I feel like this is exactly what we were looking for.
Crash ass lifestyle. Not just be creative and just have a nice tech person with a nice ponytail and like who owns a snake and he comes. Him. I love him. I need him. I should have married sound guy with ponytail and snake, because then my life would
your life would have been so much easier. Yeah.
Or like a reptile, there's a lizard and he knows about this shit and he can do it in 2 seconds and he doesn't even make you say good job to him. You go like, oh my God, Rich. And he goes, no, honestly, it's no
fine.
problem.
It's like, I do this in my sleep. Home. Yeah.
Right? And then he has a sandwich. He feeds his lizard. It's a nice life. He has a cool girlfriend. She used to be a goth. We all know this guy.
We know this guy. We love this guy. We meet this guy.
We love this guy. This guy is such an underrated guy. Would you have fucked him in high school? Probably not. Nope. Your mistake. You should have fucked him. He's better. Yeah. Hold.
Does it work?
Gosh.
I knew this was. We just needed shitty. Let's go Air Canada.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need a shitty pair of headphones.
They make you pay for those, right? Like nowadays. Crazy.
Yes. Everything now. Okay. I'm so happy.
I actually have Air Canada headphones in my like to-go bag for when they come by. I get to be like, I already bought them. Like, and I'm like reusing them every flight.
That's good. Also, environment, planet.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yes.
Which was a big thing for us back when we were kids. I don't know if they actually preach those 3 R's anymore. I don't know if that's a thing.
They're big on reuse.
Right, that's the big one. Because that's the only one that actually works. That. Like all the other things are like corporate lies.
Bad and it requires energy.
Recycling isn't real, but reusing is real.
Yeah, aren't they just like taking it and being like, wow, you sorted, thank you. And then they just throw it in the landfill.
Melting it all down. Yeah. Good for you.
Or in the ocean where I live. Fuck.
Yeah. Shout out the Texas garbage pile or whatever in the ocean.
Okay, guys. Well, first of all, welcome to Spare Parts. This is a very special episode because we're going through the Valentine's Day episode, and I know we're releasing this after Valentine's Day, but you're just going to have to allow this holiday to kind of be longer than it should be. And I think that that's cool.
Dead silence from both of us. We think that's the stupidest holiday. You're not a big fan, I can tell, right, Emma?
Well, who is?
It's stupid, isn't it? It's just a way to sort of commodify the few people who are happy, which is really not a lot of them. And then to make other people feel like absolute trash. So I don't know, we like buy more.
That's what it is. It's commodifying the people who aren't happy. I feel like anyone who is like, not to say I'm deeply happy, but I am. We don't do anything for Valentine's Day at all. Last year we did go see My Bloody Valentine in theaters because it was like a cool thing happening. But we don't do fucking anything because it's like we don't have to prove anything. I feel like if you had a lot to prove, you'd buy a lot more stuff.
You make a big deal out of it. Yeah. Okay. Well, then this is just something to quell the anxiety and the shitty feelings around Valentine's Day, because none of us here like it, but we do have something very exciting. She's already spoke, but you know she's here, but it's so exciting that we just can't handle it. It's Emma Hunter is in the building. Thank you so much for being here.
Canadian comedy legend.
Literally.
Oh God. Even orbiting the world of Letterkenny is like the greatest joy of any performer's life. So the fact that I even just got to be in it for 5 seconds was like the greatest. And to talk to both of you guys, this is a dream.
Do you have a lot of memories of your time on Letterkenny? Like, do you recall the days?
I don't know what levels of comfort you guys are with sharing, but I just remember being like, I could really use like a bit of a jam. And I was supposed to go home right after shooting. Mm-hmm. And you guys were like, we're going out. And I was like, can I stay in the hotel one more night? I feel like Jacob was like, yeah. And so I just chose to stay at the Travel Lodge. And then we went out and it was like you guys were just like genuinely the most fun cast. And whatever happened on set, it just like kept going. And it was so much fun. And then when I got to come back for the Valentine's episode, I was like, if I hadn't been so knocked up, I would have ripped it again. I was so aggressively. So everybody could see me having sex through my stomach. Like I was so pregnant. Everybody was like, ew, it's like we're there.
Well, also,
it was so gross.
Twins. That's horny.
I forgot about that.
To have twins.
I am so good at fucking that I powered out 2 just from that one sesh.
That's so sick, dude.
It's disgusting and impressive.
Yeah, really impressive.
I do feel like pregnancy is inherently like sexual in this weird way where, I mean, I'm sure, it's like everyone, you're just walking around being like, I had intercourse and you can see it on my physical body.
That's amazing. That's
if I was better at math, you could be like, oh, summer. Right. Probably summer night, probably the beach. Summer night. Like, oh, New Year's Eve, slut. Yeah.
Did you even know the guy?
Probably didn't, but he seems fun. Obviously, he was worth it.
A guy with a snake and a sound design background. For sure.
I love that guy. That guy always saves my life.
Yeah. Where is that guy? He works at Best Buy.
Yes. Yeah. But he's happy. He's not depressed. He doesn't give a fuck about Valentine's Day. I'll tell you that. He doesn't care.
No, nor should he.
No, because he gets it.
Fuck corporations, right?
Yes.
Unless they want to sponsor the podcast.
Oh yeah. In which case we'll take your money and we'll sell your products, any day.
Yes.
Any day. Okay, Emma, where are we finding you? Where in the world are you? What's going on?
Okay, I don't want to brag about my life, but I live in the Upper Beaches.
Oh, shit. That is fancy.
It is a made-up term for the part of the beaches that can't see the beach.
Yeah, okay, but it's nice.
Get to it.
You have windy streets. You have windy streets.
They're not that windy. I think you're confused. It's basically Scarborough, and I'm proud of that. I don't know why we can't just call it basically Scarborough.
Are you south of Kingston Road or are you?
She's north.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're basically Scarborough.
Exactly. It's like, I always like to say, like, when you're walking through the beaches, you're like, this is so beautiful. It's like we're in a different kind of village. And then you're like, oh, it just got a little sketchy. That's my place.
Where you live.
You.
Okay, cool.
Standing on the porch with your shotgun, trying to keep the kids off your lawn.
No one get me pregnant. House is full. And shoot it off.
Yeah. Do the kids do manual labor yet? Are they allowed to help out around the house, or what's the deal?
We do a lot of yelling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
just
is
like
really,
my home. That's nice.
Exactly. It's like sort of not how when you picture sort of motherhood, it's sort of like a long braid and like a bowl, but really it's most like, please put them on, please. And then they go, no. And they go, oh God. And then I do a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we reset.
Yeah. By the way, thank you for being able to take time away from the screaming and the yelling to do that with us.
I'll do this all day with you. I'll beg you to be on again so I don't have to do that.
Perfect.
We'll have you back. I mean, how many sons have you popped out?
Shout out those twins back in the Valentine's era. And then there was another guy that was before them, but like moments before. It was like dress rehearsal, next day show. He rocked out. And then 9 months later, I think we were pregnant with twins. And get this, I was shooting a little television program called Mr. D and I had my baby alone. This guy, Upper Beaches guy, rocks up for a little visit. It was the World Cup soccer game. The twins, he goes home. I'm like, wow. So I had the baby and I'm pregnant doing Mr. D hurling by myself. And then I came back and then the twins were then his problem.
He didn't take baby with him because he had a game to watch, is what you're telling me?
No, the baby, I had to stay with my baby. I wouldn't let him.
Okay.
So he works in Toronto, so he had to stay here. And so then, I took care of my baby there.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah. But there's also a possibility, if we think about it, that technically they might not be his because he wasn't there, which I like to bring up when I'm kind of drunk at a party.
Keep him on his toes.
It's important. What type of podcast is this?
Do they look like him?
Oh, you're nailing it. This is the podcast. We talk about pregnancy. We talk about infidelity. We talk about it all. Yeah.
Great.
We absolutely love infidelity here. Actually, it's one of our. It keeps coming back up. The topic just keeps coming up.
Yeah, a lot of people writing in about cheating and stuff. It's interesting.
They like cheating?
I think they're worried about it.
Well, a lot of people want to cheat. Actually, who send us questions like, "I really want to cheat. Should I?" And Michelle's always like, "No," and then I'm always like, well,
he's so bohemian about, and I'm like Mrs. Hardlines. It's weird.
I think if it's a girl, I'm like, it's feminism, and if it's a guy, I'm like, fuck
it's feminism.
Oh, piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
I think it's just
you should be so lucky to be near her.
Yeah, and you're annoying.
Yeah.
If you have the inclination to cheat that much, though, don't you feel like it probably like if you're thinking about it constantly? You got to talk about something. You got to figure something out.
100%. But is the question like, is it like, I just want to have sex with something different? Or is it like, there is a person at work and unless I stick it in, I'm not going to be able to get through the day?
Yeah, that's usually what it is. That's usually it's like I'm in love with someone else.
Yeah, then you got to get rid of the other one.
Exactly. That's how
if you're in love
feel.
with somebody else. But I think, which I've said before, feelings can be so annoying and all consuming and they're not real. So sometimes you can be like, oh, I'm attracted to somebody. And then you can just be like, anyways, but like, it's fine. You don't have to blow up your life over feelings all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like people are pretty soft about that.
I feel like if it's an extremely sort of like pervasive running through your brain too much, then because this is isn't this the grown-up version of this topic? You don't know anybody. There's no charity. If you were on the other end of some person being like, gosh, wish I could have sex with someone other than Emma so much, I'd be like, go.
Right.
Like, I don't want to, I got twins, man. I'm busy.
I don't need you doing this. Yeah,
just stick around because you feel bad. Like, if it's not working for you, get out of here. And let me tell you something, it's working for them because
I couldn't keep getting pregnant. I mean, my God.
Emma, how many dreams about someone else would you have to have in order to be like, I'm going to pursue that? Like, what's your level of obsession? Yeah, you're obsessing over someone else. What's the level where you're like, oh, this is real. I'm obsessed.
I feel like the second time I have the dream, I'm filing papers.
2 dreams. You're 2 dreams.
That tells me that you're really happy in your marriage.
I am also like Emmett. I talk a lot of shit. I am secretly so happy.
Yeah,
but it's not.
I know you are.
I know, but it's boring to be happy. You know,
nobody likes it. It's the same as saying like when people are like, "Oh my gosh, how are your kids?" There's one, right? They're amazing. I love them. And I can't do it. I'm always like, I don't fucking know. And then nobody likes that answer.
Right.
Because everybody thinks that you can't do that joke, but I can't not do it. It's like in my guts. How old are they? And I'll just go, I don't know. People don't like it, but it's for myself.
No, it's perfect. I feel like that's the best answer.
It's proving that you're still kind of like cool and like unbothered, but aloof.
Yeah. And there's also just the one answer. They're amazing. How's your husband? He's awesome. It's like, I can't do this lifestyle.
Yeah, what?
just for the sameness. I have to change it or I'll go crazy. Yeah.
No, I agree. I think being happy can be boring in a way because you're like, I have no drama. And I'm the same. Like, I have no drama right now.
I love the no drama.
But do you not start shit in your life as for fun now as a result? Like, do you not have rivals like on the street or like a PTA rival or someone who you have a thing with so you can keep yourself stimulated in that way?
I don't know. I feel like I hate all conflict. Like I love the dramatics of, I don't know. That's like what we do for jobs, right? Like I love going to work and then pretending to be an absolute bitch and like fucking everybody. Mm-hmm. But in my real life, I just wanted so lame, like just lame. I like that, but I don't know what that says. I don't know why.
I think that says that you're healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, I think you're actually killing it. Because I read, not to brag, but I read Bryan Cranston's biography, and it was
Definitely
so
not a brag.
good.
Okay, genius.
I know. He's an incredible
PhD.
like bit of a brain over here. But he was talking about how he's like, because I feel like you're similar, Emma, but he's been with his wife since college, and they just have a great relationship, family, just they're like solid. And he was like, because my home life is so like rock solid, I can go to really scary places at my work, and it kind of gives me that like safety to really go crazy because I know that my home life is so secure, and it's actually been really good for my artistry. And I loved that because usually people are like, what's bad for your heart is good for your art, blah blah blah. But I'm like, no, that makes so much more sense to me.
Yeah, I'm just not a believer in that. I don't think one has anything to do with the, I mean, you guys, we all went to school, and the actors who were good actors, and the actors who were shit were sort of shit, and it just is what it was. And
I know.
They did. And also, the other thing that I hate to say, but don't you guys think this is true? Now that I have a little secret gab on a little secret puddy,
no one's
is
listening.
that often people that are absolutely nuts are very good. And what you want to say is, like, there has to be a sort of understanding of human psychology in order to have the propensity to be like a half decent performer. And then you meet these people and you're like, you are certifiable. And when that thing starts rolling, you're so good.
Yeah, you're so
you're
watchable.
so good to
You're just
watch.
watchable.
So good to watch. Yeah.
It's true.
But I think you can have both. Like, I think you can be a lunatic and also have like a decent family life. Like, I don't think Bryan Cranston is like, I mean, he's probably nuts.
He got a tattoo, remember? He got like a, yes, this is a strike against Cranston, who I'm obsessed with, but he got a, I want to say Backstreet Boys. It's not that. Breaking Bad. Yes. You know, I don't.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
He got it on his finger?
Yeah.
It says Breaking Bad?
Breaking BB.
BB.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know, we saw the show. That's good. We don't need any more. It exists. It's in the can. We don't need. So for me, that was a.
You didn't like it on his finger. Visual for the world to see.
I like, you know, imagine you guys all got. Oh God, do you all have Letterkenny?
You're not going to like this.
Oh shit.
I have a different one though, to be fair.
Does it say Letterkenny though?
No.
See?
We got tattoos on tour, and it's like an acronym for like a little jokes cheer we would do before we went on stage. It's like a joke, but no one would know what it means or is.
Exactly.
We had a lot of arguments about what to get a tattoo of. It was like, should we get a shot glass? It's like, we can't get alcohol. You really didn't want to get alcohol on your body.
No, I didn't.
No.
Or like
now,
pitter patter. No.
No. It's not cool then, right?
Cool.
Emma just shitting on the Letterkenny cast tattoos off the bat is a great. I'm going to text everybody just this part of the podcast. Just this video. Yeah.
Like,
you'll never work again in this town, Emma.
Oh God. Well, I did a show which got canceled. It's Jacob. Oh my God, I love Jacob so much.
I know.
I feel like I see Jacob out and about at things, and I just like start immediately laughing.
Yeah.
Something about that.
He's a funny looking guy.
He sat behind me at the CSAs, and the amount of chirping that was like, all of a sudden we were the only two people in the room. I could see my husband being like, you guys are being naughty. And we were like, I don't give a fuck. It was bad. You were so
funny when you hosted the CSAs though.
Yeah,
you were so funny. I was like, why doesn't she do this every fucking year?
Oh my God. That's so nice.
You really should.
It's one of those gigs where like, you guys have done the live touring thing. Like, everybody at Letterkenny is there to see you. Nobody at that show is there to see me.
I was there to see you.
Oh God. So the whole time I'm like, everybody just wants me to get off the stage, and I will do that. I just have to get through this fucking thing. So it's that like Operation Don't Be Annoying was how I.
Well, you nailed it, but that's like the exact intention you want to have for something like that. It's like when you're a host at a wedding.
Yes.
Get it moving. It's not about you.
Yes.
But then you end up nailing it if you get it moving, and everyone's like, oh, what a great host. Like that is the energy.
Well, I'm very glad. That one's a scary one. Whenever it's over, I'm like, okay, cocktail.
Okay, so Our last episode, I just wanted to say, was our intro to your character weirdly, and we were like singing your praises. So the episode that we just released today, actually, relationships episode.
Oh yeah, we talk about you a lot in it.
Yeah, we talk about you a lot. So it's going to be like back to back Emma.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of my home life where nobody even sees me.
Nobody knows how funny you are. Your kids will never know you're as funny as you are.
Honestly, fuck them.
Yeah. They don't get it. They don't get the nuance.
No.
But yeah, so you show up in relationships, and what we were talking about like last episode is just, first of all, how funny you are. But I remember it was yesterday when you came on set, because it was one of the first scenes I had done with another woman, like a real just kind of one-on-one scene. And the way you entered that set, first of all, you made me so at ease and so comfortable, and you were so kind, because you are so kind. But you just brought such a like specific energy, and I feel like you didn't do the Letterkenny thing. You came in with your own energy, and that's why the scene works so well. And you're such a standout. I don't know if you've watched it recently. Probably not. Because really.
Valentine's?
No, the relationships episode where you come in and we do the speed
barn.
in the barn.
Oh my God. I love doing that so much. Oh my God.
You're so good. Like you need to know how good you are. I mean, I'm sure you do, but
no. It's interesting though. It's always, I mean, you guys have done other projects. It's always a bit daunting because it's sort of like I'm a guest at your house. Like you guys are an established group and you come in for a day and you never know exactly what the dynamic is going to be. And also if you're just going to get the tone right, like you guys are such a specific sort of tonal show. And I think that's the reason it has this like international, it's just unlike anything else, which is why it's so fantastic, because it's so extremely difficult to make anything original, period. And this really did that, a testament to everybody's vision and you guys fulfilling it. But that episode I just felt like I didn't totally know what was going on. So I was just going to rip it. And then you guys were so receptive to it. And I feel like Michelle is such a comedic genius in her own right that anytime I would make you break a tiny bit, which you're very professional, I was like,
and you did. You're so fun. Your baby voice is diabolical. The baby voice
definitely took it.
Iconic.
It's so good. And it's like, it's a weird thing of somebody from the outside world coming into Letterkenny land where we're aliens, and you make it so clear because they're a really heightened character and you're doing a baby voice and you're doing all these things, but we actually end up looking like the freaks, which is what's so brilliant about that scene. It works so well. So I just had to say that before we get into Valentine's. Yeah. Should we get into the Valentine's Day episode? Did you watch it?
You said you watched it? Yeah.
Yes, I watched it this morning on my treadmill.
Nice.
Shout out to myself who tried to exercise.
Let's go.
Good for you.
Guys, I'm on a routine. Can we take just a pause and talk about my exercise routine?
I would like to.
I have exercised for 2 weeks straight, 4 times each week.
Whoa.
And I honestly feel like a supermodel. Like I think I feel the way Gigi Hadid feels.
Uh-huh.
So everything's going to be different now. Sorry, this is probably the last of this I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go right to Paris.
We'll talk to your PR next time. We want to get in touch with you.
Stop wearing bras because I'll be so able to do that. It's going to be
they're going to be so high. You're going to have an 8-pack.
So high. Yeah. Like wear a tank top and the strap will kind of fall down and I won't be self-conscious. It's going to be crazy.
I think that's cool. A bit of side boob at all times for some reason.
And it
somehow
stays where you want it to be and it doesn't look sort of mammalian or bovine. It looks cute.
Mammalian is a great word.
I'm really looking forward to this journey for you. This is good.
No, I mean, it's
I was on the treadmill.
Yeah, how Upper Beaches of you. Okay, workout mama. Do you call yourself mama?
No.
Okay,
no.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Other people do though, and you have to be like, I don't think we need to get coffee again. Like, we did that.
I'm not your mama. I don't know what that is. I don't know what space we're trying to fill.
I think it's meant to be some like yoga, like hangover from that earth thing, but there's a specific woman that can do it.
Yeah.
She is to mama as Rich is to sound and his mole rat collection.
Right.
She is authentic. Does not have a sense of humor. That's fine.
She says Gaia earnest. And means it.
Exactly. She has period products that I don't even know exist.
Sure.
She found them. She
free bleeds. She
free bleeds.
Yeah.
She can say it.
Yeah, she's mama. She's mama.
She is mama. Exactly.
Yeah. Long hair that has like gray in it. She's just going to leave and it looks gorgeous.
Lot of pewter.
Yeah.
A lot of scarves.
Going
to the AGO on the free day. Yes. We love her. I love her.
We do. Yeah, we just can't be her, but that's okay.
No, that's fine. They don't need a lot of those.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're in your own category of mother. What do your kids call you? Mom?
It's in front of friends. Mom. And then in private, they call me mommy. Especially if they're sick. Like,
yeah.
And they're still little, right? They're still really little. So yeah.
That's cute.
So they're not like pussies as well.
At what age are you gonna be like, stop calling me mommy, little?
It's Emma Hunter. Okay, thank you.
Or
Madame
Miss
Hunter to you.
Hunter, because I'm still kind of single in my own way.
Probably Mr. Honestly,
Mr. Hunter.
Be like, that's my vibe.
For sure. It's a really cool last name, by the way.
Isn't that lucky?
Yeah, is it fake? Did you make it? Or is it real?
It's my dad's Scottish blood. Sick. I know. Cool. And it sits like it just, I like it. Yeah. There was one time in grade, I would say like grade 4, we were in shop class and Kevin Smith was like, kind of sounds like Cunter. And I just remember being like, if I react this way, and I was like,
it's going to ruin your life. Yeah.
So I just did like I don't get it at all, even though it was absolutely genius. You're just like, don't fucking move or the guy will.
Classic Kevin Smith.
I dodged it so hard and it didn't stick. But there was a beat there where it could have been.
Kevin Smith tried to ruin your life.
Yes. That was tough. But anyway, I dodged.
I'm proud of you.
Girl.
Thanks. Yeah, if you don't react to men at all, usually they just sort of like get confused and turn around. So that was my move.
That's a piece of advice for everyone out there who's trying to avoid conflict with a man.
Mm-hmm. Or just
get
a man in general.
Get confused and turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah, just avoid them. Okay, cool. I was hating on all of our male.
Sorry. I feel bad. I like men. I live with them.
I know. I like them too. But when they're bad, they're the worst.
6 out of 10.
They're murderers, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're all murderers.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess first impressions of this episode, was this I'm sure you haven't watched it since it came out. Or did you ever watch it before?
Valentine's?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a narcissist. I wanted to know if I looked cute.
Every single night before you go to bed.
Large. Yeah.
Cute.
Oh, but I wanted to watch it because it's a fun thing to do for Valentine's. It's a fun thing. Everybody should do it.
Yeah,
and I know I was going to talk to you guys about it. And it took me back. It's so good.
Yeah. It is so good. It's a very funny episode.
You are so hot. It is criminal. Like, I remember on the day being like, wow, she's pretty. Also, Evan, you look hot. Is that in your little Michelle does the walk in with the like, it's like,
great
fucking
songs.
Hell.
Yeah.
Wow. She's crazy. You're
That's
crazy.
Really
I feel like I look now because of my regime like you looked.
Oh,
we should reshoot.
You're gorgeous.
Because of my Trevor. Sorry. But anyway, that was my thing. I thought it was really, really, I forgot how good it was. And Michelle looked insane.
The pregnancy belly reveal was so great. Did they, did you know, for how long did you know you were about to do the episode? Like, did you know you were going to be that pregnant when you did it? Like,
I
what
feel
was
like
the situation?
It was like 3 weeks before something. Like, I feel like it wasn't that last minute. They were like, yo, do you want to do this? And I thought they would say no. Like, I thought it was a flight risk because I think I was 6 months and with twins, like, you could pop then.
Yeah.
So I was, because we shot in January and I had them in February. Is that right? Like, it was crazy. So I was like, yo, I'm crazy pregnant. It wasn't written into the episode. And I just assumed it would be like, yeah, that's not really the vibe. And Jacob was like, I don't fucking care. Let's go. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I was like, okay. And then, I do that thing that I've done the whole with having kids and working in film and television where everyone around you, like, agent, husband, my own mom was like, I don't think this is a good idea. I was like, whatever, I do what I want. And then I just did it.
You're independent.
And was on set and everybody was like really nice to me. And I got to sit down way more than normal, which I love to sit down. And it was like, it was such a nice sort of thing to do in that phase of not really being able to do much. So it was awesome. It was great.
Were people bringing you things like snacks and waters? Like, were you getting pampered?
People are like, oh my God, you're so amazing. And you're like, I know. I'm doing all of this and I know. And I like,
and I'm here and I'm being funny.
And I'm here.
And I'm nailing it.
But again, I did it. You guys are all so entrenched in these characters that even while it's going on, I'm like, is this going to land?
Oh, totally.
Like, I hope.
I didn't think it was going to land. I didn't think any of that episode was going to land while we were doing it.
What is this?
What is this?
It didn't make any sense. When I read the script written by Trevor Risk, I was like, this is fucking crazy. Like, the whole thing is going to be back and forth dialogue between these 10 characters.
That's basically sexual innuendo.
That's it for 30 minutes? And
yeah.
I had no faith. And I remember Jacob that day, like I was pretty stressed about this episode because I was like, this is like, I don't think this is fun. Like, I don't think I'm being funny is what I felt.
Yeah, same.
And I remember asking Jacob and he was like, no, we already got it. Like I wouldn't move on unless we did get it and we got it. And you just have to like trust him at some point. And then years later you watch it and you're like, oh, it was funny. I don't know how it worked. I don't know if that's in editing. I don't know what the deal is, but it was snails were snails and clams. Like, I'm sorry, I can't do Emma's. But like all that shit, like this crazy stuff happening in this one room made me laugh out loud.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, and Jacob directs like that. I forgot he's like my favorite director because he's so confident in that once he doesn't make you do, he's like, that is it. I know like the one for safety, and then most directors are like 3 for safety.
Yeah.
He never does one for safety.
No, because he's caught because he fucking has a vision.
He knows.
And he trusts, and he knows. And you also often as actors were like, this is the one they're going to use. And you're like, let's do it one more time. Let's add this small cactus into the BG and then do it again. And you're like, we all know what take,
is going to work.
Never use that take that you love. They'll just use the one that worked. So sorry.
Yes. I know. And we had Jacob on, and I've said this to him so many times, and it annoys Evan because I'm just up this guy's ass. But
me too.
I agree. He's the best director, and he makes everybody at ease and everybody feel like the funniest person in the room, and then they bring their best stuff. And he does. I'm happy to hear you experience the same thing. Like that confidence is so, if that gets fucked with, especially in comedy, it's over.
Totally. Yeah. I think it's that feeling of you are doing a good job, but you also have to be doing a good job. And then keeping that sort of, this is long days, and especially with you guys, such a cohesive group that has worked together so much. The band has to get along, and I think the director is like, I don't know, the sort of conductor of the whole thing. So if he's in a bad way, if you don't feel confident, you're so right, Michelle, the whole thing goes to shit. And it's such a testament to you guys. It just you can feel how much fun you're having through the screen. I think that's a big part of why it resonates. You're just like, I love these people. Yeah.
And you get right into it too. Like
you do.
You energy match and then take it. But like, again, I think it'd be easy to almost energy match with us. And and what makes you such a brilliant performer, especially on this show, but in general, is that you come with your character. You never waver, and it's so strong. And it's hard to stand out in that space when we're all so used to work, and you stand out like so much.
Well,
you're very good.
Yeah, you get to an energetic level that is beyond.
Manic, which is a manic. Just sort of like general state.
I love it. And it's crazy because you are, I guess that's the thing is like sometimes people who get to that level, their language starts to go a bit. Like it's not as tight.
I know exactly what you mean.
But you're very tight. Like you're doing the lines. You're still staying true to like the Letterkenny format, but you're at this heightened level. Like, so it works. It does work.
That's very nice. It reminds me too of my time in the bars. There's like a certain type, I think Will Ferrell does it perfectly, but there's a certain type of comedian, and it shouldn't be, it's not a gendered thing, but there's a level of mania and hysteria that turns into like rapid fire F word, which is it's just always so there's
this fucking guy out there, and I know that.
And you're louder than everybody, and everybody's like, this can't go anywhere, and we're already at the top, and now you sort of taken that space up, and then there's guys that do that well, women as well, and you're like, it's so good. When it's good, it's so good. But when it's bad, it is horrid.
It's horrible, and people go for it a lot.
There's no state, right? And you're just like, oh my God, it's too loud. Yeah.
It's so loud.
It's so loud.
I do appreciate with this episode that we don't, there's a great B plot as there always is, but it takes us out of this very kind of over the top, super horny back and forth energy puddle, and we get this like beautiful actual love story between Stuart and Wayne.
I know.
And it's really so grounding and nice. Like, and again, like the juxtaposition of all Letterkenny episodes that I've been really noticing with this rewatch, because we've never, we hadn't watched the show in so long. So to rewatch it with kind of fresh eyes, as we keep saying, has been so crazy. But what Jared does so well is like find the levels. So yes, we're so gross and horny and saying all these disgusting things, but then there's also this like male friendship where they're trying to like understand each other happening at the same time.
Yeah, I remember Tyler was so excited about that day and like skating with Keith and stuff and doing all those hockey things with him. It was really lovely. He was very, very excited. Also, maybe he was excited not to be working with me for once, which is interesting. That could have been it. I do remember him mentioning that. That was a beautiful juxtaposition, though. And
it's so funny. I didn't remember this. Like, they were so confident in treating it like a mini little love story. Like, it wasn't this sort of thing that, and so much time, I think, in especially male friendship, it's like, that's never, love is not ever in the thing. It's like, we're bros, and that's about it. But this is like,
it's a romantic date.
It's so sweet.
It's like, would you like to move to a table with me?
Okay. And then he's excited. He's like, and he takes his beer. It's so sweet. It's so sweet.
It's so sweet. And then, of course, Glenn is the waitress, as per usual.
Of course.
And even just the Wayne saying wondrous as like a bit of a, like, I tip my hat to you,
I forgot about that happening. And when I was like, I did a full gasp.
It's so cute.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it's cute. And then, of course, the kind of horniest of all is Rolled, but in this kind of like insecure way that is so...
I cannot handle you. I could not handle watching you.
Forgot about that.
You seemed, this is maybe a weird thing to say, but it was like watching a kid come to grips with sexuality. And I was like, I can't watch you. It's too intimate.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's almost a bit like uncomfortable, which I really think is exactly where you want us. Like, and you as a performer are just like, this is the assignment. Buckle up, everybody. Like, you're so incredible. I was like,
yes.
I'm getting a little sweaty,
Yeah, me too. I was too. I remember getting a little sweaty from that. And unfortunately, that's carried over for the years after that. That's probably one of, if it's not Sturt being quoted at me, it's, you're getting London Bridged by Dax and Ron. You're getting pig roasted. Like, every comment under videos that I make will be about me having a threesome with Greg and James.
Yeah.
So it was carried over into my daily life.
Great.
Yeah. It is great. It's a great little episode about being horny and then also having platonic friendships with people that you're not fully aligned with, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the whole card handing out, the Valentine's Day cards by Squirrely Dan, also very charming. Amongst the grossness that is, the bug chasing from the hockey players. Like, they have the clap and they're like, there's bug chasers out there, I've heard. Like, that whole, like, that's a pretty gnarly, we get to some gnarly topics in that.
It's interesting too. It's sort of a larger theme on like the sort of ceilings of a small town. Like, it's Valentine's Day, and here's who the players are, because here's who physically is here. Yeah. And it's just the women don't add up, like all of that, which like I've done, I'm sure you guys too have done, like, terrible theater in tiny places. And it's like, all right, it's 9 p.m. on Friday. I'm like, I'm going out. And you go out and, is this the crew that you necessarily want to be jamming with? No. This was there. Okay.
Yeah. And you make the best of it.
Yes. And sometimes people kiss who you're like, I would never ever have pictured that. But you know what? They were both there. Yeah. So they kissed.
They were there. They had an alcoholic beverage, and they kissed.
Alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
AC/DC was maybe playing, and the smell of vomit had subsided for a moment, and the romance hit just right. Yeah. But then all those people lined up at a table being like, well, here's who's here.
It's pretty amazing that there's not even one other person. Like, usually in Letterkenny, there's like another person.
Extras. I wonder we just couldn't afford extras. We'd come to the end of the budget.
Yeah, it was the end of the budget.
Yeah, there's no BG, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit weird.
I do remember they were keeping us all not in green room that day, but in church pews. I don't know if you guys remember this, but we were all, instead of green rooms, we were all in the same church pews all day.
That's right.
And no one left.
No.
Why was that happening?
I think it was because it was like, well, we need you all day and we don't know who's going to be visible from what angle while we're shooting. So you're all going to spend the entire day in the same room. So when we weren't shooting, we were still together.
That's right. And it was a very specific type of conversation you would have, because there was nobody across from you. So you only could talk to the person who you you had sat with on whatever during a setup. So that was the chat.
Yeah, it was weird. We're going to pull some photos from that day because there's definitely photos in the church pews.
I've got some videos of you, Emma. Yeah, and also I kept taking videos of Mark Forward with this heart filter, and I thought he was going to actually kill me.
Oh my god, Mark that day. Mark's scenes in that are fucking with the masturbation stuff with Sailor with Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oof. That's touching on the darkness within Mark Forward.
Yes.
But also the coach, but Mark Forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on display in a cool way. His ability to go dark is pretty profound.
It's his thing, I think. And man, does she ever like square up to him?
Yes.
You're like, this guy's a little much, and then you're just like, I'm scared of her. She's the best way. She's like, do whatever you want, Mark. I will meet you.
Which is crazy because then they'll go into the church pews and she opens up her Tupperware and is eating like vegan spring rolls she made and hummus, and she's like reading like Judy Blume novel. Like
I love her.
She's not bad at all.
Yeah, what a special cow.
Yeah.
Shout out Lisa.
Yes.
She's afraid to come on this podcast. That's how not that she is.
Is she actually afraid?
Yeah, I sent her a message. I was like, "We'd love to have you." And she's like, I'm nervous. What are we going to talk about?
She's love her even more.
I know she's very sweet.
Well, Lisa, if you're listening, we'll take good care of you. Don't worry.
I like it. I like this. This is better.
Are you having fun?
I think this is the best thing I've done in the last 5 years.
Emma, that concerns me a little bit, but I like to hear it.
Another compliment for Emma. I just watched Fitting In last night. You're super funny.
Oh, you did?
You pulled a full accent, and I did not expect it. I was actually I was telling my wife, I'm like, Emma Hunter's going to be on the podcast tomorrow. And she's like, oh, that's great. And she's like, remind me which one Emma is. And then we started watching. I was like, that's Emma. I didn't even know you were in the movie. And we were watching it. And I was like,
know that.
Literally right there. And she's like, oh yeah. And then she remembered you from the CSAs and thought you were very funny.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, that Molly McGlynn, man, everything she touches is just like, she's such a force to write that story, first of all.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was about at all. I was just watching it because Brendan was obviously a part of the production team.
Right.
Brendan Brady. So I was watching it last night. I have a meeting with them tomorrow. And I was like, whoa. Like, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Emily Hampshire's so funny. Maddie Ziegler's a fucking amazing actor. I had no idea.
Oh my God. When she's on the table in the tear, I'm just like, oh my gosh, she breaks your heart.
It must be really good for like young people to watch that.
Yes.
I can imagine.
Yes, especially queer youth. Yeah. There's should be more films where the queer youth element of it isn't the focus of it. It's just it
just happens to be there.
It just is there.
In the story. I think, she's very, she's such a talent, Molly. She's amazing.
That was wild.
Oh, wow.
And all the dildos. All those dildos. That was
the dildos are great.
Yeah.
It's basically a movie about dildos.
Really
you're going to love it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That sounds great. I can't wait to watch it. Maybe this Valentine's Day, that's what I'll watch.
It's on
After the Letterkenny episode.
Well, of course.
Of course.
Because I'm going to want to watch it again on actual Valentine's Day.
Oh, brother.
Well, yeah, this was a great little episode. I'm so glad thank you for watching it and going back in time.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
I know it can be a bit weird.
No, it was delightful. You sort of immediately after I've done something, I try to watch it to make sure that I'm I don't know, that my shit is up to snuff, just to be like, ooh, that's a little mannered, or why do you blink so much, or whatever the hell latest thing you're worried about. And then I immediately cringe at anything. And this one was the ones where I was like, it was such a happy time. I sort of just wish it still existed. But it was such a delightful group of people. And honestly, the launching of so many Canadian talented actors and comedians. So, it made me so happy. I was so glad to have an excuse to watch it. So thanks for having me.
Yay. Are you kidding me? Would you be willing to answer a question from the audience?
Yes.
Would that be a fun thing for you to do?
I love this. An uncertified therapist ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Here
we go.
Ready to launch.
I think you're going to be good at this.
Launching.
Yeah. So welcome to Spare Hearts portion, Valentine's Day edition. Let's go, Evan.
Okay, so this first question is called Messy Drama Students. It has a title. I'm in college and occasionally I stage manage for student theater, and we have lots of performing arts folks compared to other colleges, but it's still a small world. We all hang out, date, get messy in a truly dramatic fashion. And then everyone finds out, of course. It's all fun and games until I'm managing an intimacy rehearsal. The love trapalelogram between the cast and creative team is palpable, and no one knows how much everyone else knows, but we all know just about everything. Meanwhile, broken hearts are forced to make out in front of crushes and rivals, and everyone's timid about saying anything, so in between instruction, the room just falls into complete, awkward, unfocused silence. How do I make things less awkward for these poor folks? Signed, Regressive in the Rehearsal Room.
That is a doozy. I love this so much. I can't tell you. It's a very good question because the question isn't really moralistic. It's just like, we just want everything chill. What do I do to make things chill? I feel like there's really two options, right?
Okay.
Two roads diverged in the yellow wood of drama school. One is to get shit out in the open, either through jokes, or one is to not. And I feel like, right? Either we're like, oh my God, remember in the shower when what's his name pulled out that cat? Yeah. That was fine, or it sounds like this person is distinctly not talking about it. Okay, this is. Sounds
like it's awkward and quiet. I feel like how do you get the humor back in the room? How do you get the nice, supportive humor in a way that's not like overly serious or overly saccharine?
You can't go like sentimental.
What are your feelings?
No. And there can't be some chat off the top that's like, see, why chats always do that? They have some formal thing that makes everybody want to fucking die. Don't have some formal chat.
Especially in like a theater department. Everyone is so sentimental. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And sometimes it's like just funny that people have hooked up. Especially, first of all, couldn't be more common. Like did you go to theater school?
Yes, I went to theater school. Yes, for 4 years. And it was like nonstop fluidity, lascivious joy, including on stage. I was asked to take my top off in a show. I didn't do it because I wouldn't do it now, actually. But back then I was a little bit slightly more like, will I hate this when I'm older? And now that I'm older, I'm like, you should have gotten your tits out, man. Who cares? But what I would say, actually, and I don't want to come across as pejorative, but I think in the top 3 to 5 minutes of the beginning of the rehearsal, if you can just drop the statement "finger blast," everyone will be at ease.
Everybody,
sure.
It'll take the air out of the room. Be like, "Old Kelly loves a finger blast," and I think Dave wouldn't mind getting blasted in the ass once or twice. Anyway, let's do some shoulder rolls, and you can start off the class.
Trust balls.
Yes. The sex is out there. The good old blast doesn't get brought up enough. Bring it back.
And it has a humorous element to the blast.
Funny.
It's always funny.
It is. That's actually a great, if you can work finger blast and or finger blasting into your opening statement, you're kind of good to go. Everyone's going to laugh and then everyone's shoulders will just drop.
Exactly. Do you guys think I should start doing this on a more professional level?
Like sexual,
like coordination,
coordination.
I just feel like I killed this last one so much with my finger blast advice that now I'm like questioning what I'm doing as a career. Maybe more life coach. It would mainly always be drop finger blast into a chat. Will solve
because it puts people at ease.
It does. It put me at ease right away. I was very stressed for most of this.
I feel ready for Valentine's Day.
Me too.
I'm ready.
All right, so I think we solved. her problem. Do you want to have Do you want another question here?
Yes.
We have you.
This is great.
Okay. This one is called Songwriting Struggles. I'm a 20-year-old female amateur songwriter. I want to start releasing some songs I've written. Heartbreak is my biggest inspiration, and some of my best songs include details of people that I'm still obsessed with. Just in case there is any chance things could come back together, I would hate to have released a whole song so obviously about them. Example of lyrics being, the person I love wears this kind of clothing. The person I love has this niche hobby. The person I love has this opinion on this classic book. Should I change the details of the song to someone else? If so, release the song as it is and pray they never see it or lie that it was about them? Or should I just keep the songs a secret and write about something else entirely? And then this is signed, Still Holding Out for My Muse.
Cute.
Oh, yeah.
Cute sign off. I mean, this is like Taylor Swift has created an entire empire around this exact thing.
Yes. I'm curious as to whether or not she has a song called Finger Blast.
Finger Blast. And if you don't,
she should.
Is she okay to take it? Like, is that all right?
I'm just saying, if you don't do it, someone else is going to do it.
Someone's going to take
That's part one.
Yeah.
The person I love has finger blasting
potential.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. I mean, that was really good, honestly. I would just...
Thank you so much.
No problem.
I was just trying to fill in the blanks from what she suggested already.
You said that and I just got chills.
To be fair, I want to give you some more information about this person. They are from Boston. So, and I know you love an accent. So if you feel that this would help with the songwriting, just know that they're from Boston.
They're from Boston. Okay.
They love to blast up there, I hear.
Well, they're Catholic in Boston. So yeah, they're blasting.
They're blasting on St. Patty's. They're blasting at the pub. They're fun.
I feel like write what you know. And if people are like annoyed,
like they're first, last, and Social Security. Do the whole thing.
Tell them shit. Name them. They wear Calvin Klein Dollar M underwear. Whatever. Say it. I would say it.
The best art is real. You got to be real with it, and it's funnier if it is real. And then if you're meant to be together again, then they'll think it's funny and charming and nice. Like they're not going to be like, "Fuck you."
No, exactly. And as my mother always likes to remind me, nobody's looking at you. So
does your mom have an accent?
Right? That's my mom.
Your mom has an accent?
Oh, yeah. We're all Brits. Hard.
For real?
Oh, for real.
Oh, yeah. You got the duel? You got the dually?
Yeah.
You got a passport?
I can work in Europe. The problem is nobody's calling, darling, so I haven't been able to go.
They will. After this episode releases,
now that they
you're going to be working.
Available to work in the UK.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's great. Also, that's such good British advice.
Isn't it? Because it's so true. You're like, what if everyone thinks I'm dumb? No one's fucking thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
And also feels good to write stuff that's real because then you get it out there. Ugh.
Yeah. Okay. It's funny having this podcast. I feel like there has been a bit of a learning curve for me because you can kind of hide as an actor. Like nothing, you're like, I don't know, just a character. I wasn't pulling from anything like hee. But this is our personalities speaking about our lives on occasion. And I definitely have I've talked about dating a DJ. Like, if they
You've thrown a couple people under the bus, which is pretty funny.
Like Peter Tights. I've been purposely don't mention the DJ. See, I didn't mention the DJ. Remember we talked? I feel like we talked about the DJ in the pews.
Oh yeah, we talked.
That would have been around that time. Yeah,
I spilled my guts.
I love those guys. Oh, and look at your life. Yeah, no, we killed that.
I know, it's so fun.
Killed it.
But yeah, but anyone who would know about that would know who that is, and maybe tell him, I don't care. It's fine. I'm not dragging him. Yeah. You're allowed to talk about your life experience, especially in art. Like that just comes with the territory.
You better get used to it.
Yeah, I think name him. Yeah, I mean, maybe not like the name, but if it's the quirks and the little idiosyncrasies of the person and it's going to get you money, honey, from your album, name him.
If it's going to get you money, honey. That's the name of the episode.
These real experiences. Have you guys listened to the Sabrina Carpenter album?
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm not I know the songs, but I'm a bad album listener due to my lifestyle.
Okay. Right. Pop it on when you're on one of your
Watch the
mini
Christmas
workouts.
special. It's nice. It's fun.
Is it nice and fun?
Yeah, it's totally what you want a Christmas special to be.
Like a little cheesy and some sort of good jokes.
Very cheesy. And she's doing some super kitsch. There's certain sketches in it that you're like, oh no. Okay. But then it comes back and the songs are great.
Okay.
Some of the sketches you'll be like, I mean, could have consulted with someone else on that one, but it's pretty good overall.
Can you guys watch a Christmas thing now, though? Watching something Christmas in the first couple weeks of February seems difficult to me.
Well, I mean, Christmas will happen again, right? Like they're not.
I guess
they haven't decided those are done.
I thought you meant now, like our lives are sort of over. And I was like, what do you mean? Like
we're all gonna die. The spirit is gone.
Because now that you guys have figured out, like, Letterkenny's over, we are all gonna die. It's like 2 minutes to the coffin.
Super existential end of the podcast. Anyways, thanks for coming on, Emma. We appreciate you being here.
Can't wait for the grave, guys.
I'm just staring off in the distance.
Coffin, no more Christmas. Awesome. See ya.
I take it that Sabrina has a lot of mentions of her past love is what you're going at here?
It's very literal songwriting.
Okay, yeah,
and
it is.
Taylor Swift does the same thing. And whether you like that or not, it's like it works and people can relate with it because as much as we wish we were all super original and had all these like original things happen to us, no, it's often very similar and people will relate to your writing more if you're just telling the truth.
That's a good point.
Is her ex that rectangular headed man from the
Saltburn?
Yes. Is that the ex that she talks about in the music?
I think so. And then also I think she's also talking about Shawn Mendes, Canada's Own, because they had a love triangle with somebody else.
But thing, I know.
Shawn Mendes, is that right?
Yes. Wait, can I do a massive sidetrack and you can just cut this out if it's boring?
No, go.
The day my firstborn son was born, Shawn Mendes was playing in the hospital room. A summer hit. Did you know that they play a radio? And I remember they were like, he's here. And I was like, girl, you know, you crazy. And I was like, what the fuck?
What do you mean he's here? He's there?
Like the baby was born. And it's like, you know, I'm crazy. And I'm like, what is that music? And they're like, that's what was on. I was like, what? And Tom's like, it's Shawn Mendes. I was like, I hate this song. Tom's like, I hate it too. He's 6 pounds. I was like, what? There was like,
you don't get to choose the music playing in your room.
Not.
You don't get to. It's not just like earth sounds or some shit.
Right? I would have liked to know.
Yeah.
That's very weird.
And
I feel like that's.
I don't like that summer hit.
No song should be forced onto your baby as the first song they hear. It should be a choice. It should be intentional.
Exactly.
Does he ever hum it just on his own? It's just like in his brain, he's humming it as he's lying in his little bed
every day. And he can't really sing, but that one song.
The one song
in his.
What would
brain.
you wish was playing when he was born? What's the song that you would prefer?
Here Comes the Sun.
Probably something from Korn.
Freak on a Leash?
It's very extreme, so I would like it to be like the appropriate level of extremity.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. You need
to
some
match your screaming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, screamo.
Awesome.
Huh.
That's really
makes sense to me.
Makes a lot of sense to me. I have one more thing here, but it's just the names of potential people who watch this podcast.
Oh,
okay.
Last episode we had talked about calling them spare tarts.
Oh, that's cute.
And I thought that was cute. And then a lot of people had opinions, and I'm just going to run a couple by you, and I would love both of your opinions on which one of these sounds nice.
Okay.
Great.
Nuts and bolts, spare parties.
Okay.
Degens, partners. So spare partners.
Okay.
That's getting closer, I feel like that's more in the world. Spare partiers. Partiers is kind of in the world. I kind of get that one a little bit.
I dig.
Okay.
Do you not like that one?
And then
some of them are saying just call us spare parts. Like as if podcast is called Spare Parts, but they're also spare parts.
They are spare parts.
They are spare parts. And then beauties is an option, but it's like, what are we getting at here? Do you guys have any feelings about these?
I feel like you got to go one word. Like
I agree.
Parties or partiers.
Yeah, partners,
it's just
partners,
one. Otherwise,
parties.
it's too much.
What's up, partners? What's up, partiers?
What's up, blasters?
What's up, blasters?
Our merch just says finger blast.
Oh, man. I think we did it.
Does this get you?
No, I think we got it. There's nothing you can say on here that would be
Blasters is going to stick. That's
You're just
going to
get
problem.
more work every time you come on here. We get a job offer.
Okay.
So feel free to go as well. We're going to get work in the UK after this. Just shout out to
nobody's thinking about me though.
We have a viewership in the UK. So if any of those casting directors are out there.
That's right.
In the UK. We have someone with a UK passport.
That's right. And about to have a model body. So
a model body, UK passport.
Yeah. So
what more could you want?
A model. I call my agent. Her name is Barb.
Basically a sex therapist. I feel like we decided today.
Thank you. I'm glad I don't have to say this about myself.
Yeah. You're like that. Yeah. What was her name? That older woman who hosted that show?
Yes.
In Canada
Sue
that we love?
Sue
Johanson.
You're the new Sue. New Sue is a great name for your show, and you totally could release it.
Actually, that's like an incredible.
Yeah. Now Sue knew stuff though. She was very big on, I think, lubricant.
You know things.
And dildos.
I know how to get knocked out. She liked vibrators a lot. Yeah.
Vibrators. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which made me feel like that would be accessible for me one day. Like when I was watching it as a kid, I was
trusted her.
Oh, like that's actually something that will probably be a part of my life, and it's not like so scary. And crazy.
She talks about everything so calmly. She was so relaxed about it.
An old lady just confidently telling you about sex takes the scare out of it when you're young.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like we were all teenagers being like, "Holy shit!" And she would just say it, and it just took the air out of the scary of it all.
I thought I was going to get everyone pregnant.
So scary.
I thought everyone was going to get pregnant.
Your first blowjob, you're fucking terrified. That's scary.
And it's so bad.
I bet it's not.
Oh my God. Poor lads. Yeah, sorry. We don't know about teeth until like 2 years later. It's bad.
I just learned.
Yeah. You learn too late. They got a
bit of a late bloomer.
Bit of a late bloomer on the blowies. That's okay. We figure it out.
See, you're an amazing Sue. I feel like new Sue featuring Emma Hunter is a great show.
The CBC presents New Sue with Emma Hunter.
And you could shoot it in like Sault Ste. Marie or something if you want to get that North Ontario. New Sue in the Sue.
In the Sue.
Because that's where you want to be.
It is.
The center of sex.
No size, no wardrobe, no problem.
Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario.
Well, I think you should pitch it. I'd buy that show. I'd watch that show.
We'll just wait for my phone to ring. Where's my phone?
Okay. We'll clip it. We'll tag you.
Okay.
Yeah, we will.
This has been so great. Is there anything that you're up to right now that we need to know about? Do you have anything coming up? Anything you're excited to share?
So tomorrow, I'm going to do the social in the morning, which is like the daytime CTV Canadian talk show. I'm going to do the social. And then I'm going to fly to Calgary to do a secret project, which is not porn, all of you pervs. It's just American, and I can't say what it is.
It is called finger blasting, but it's not porn. It's just a deceptive title.
It's artistic.
Yeah. There's a French director, so it's fine.
Exactly. So what up, blasters? Anyway. And then I do a little radio show for CBC, which I love doing, called Because New. So you can listen to that, and sometimes I'm on. And
that's great.
And I'm doing this is boring. I'm doing a film. I'm doing a film in PEI in the spring, which I'm really excited about. A feature in PEI. So
there's nothing boring about that. That sounds fantastic.
Okay.
Oh,
what a delightful time.
And it's been quiet. So this is good.
So you're killing it.
And I'm not though. I'm not. It has been very, very quiet. So this is a nice uptick from the crickets. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 2025 is going to be a much better year. I'm really excited for you. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like you're just always working and you're always in everything. But I feel like but that's an unfair pressure. But that's just my POV of you.
No, I love that that's the POV. I love you, Michelle, so much because it doesn't always feel that way. So that's delightful.
Yeah.
No, but like it has been a difficult, 2 years, really, a year and a half at least.
Right?
Ooh. It's been tough. But I think this year it's feeling a lot more.
Thrive in 25.
Yeah. Thrive in 25.
Oh, I hate that.
Evan, get on board.
Because how could it be that? Or because rhyming is trash?
I hate rhyming. I just hate rhyming. I hate quotes.
Yeah.
I hate
it's a bit
astrology.
live, laugh, love. It's a bit chuggy. But that's okay. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to just be earnest for one goddamn second.
No, okay? I am with you. I hate everything as well. Yeah. I can't wait for the coffin is my main thing.
Yeah, that's
just going to march on in.
Well, on that, go get finger blasted. Go have a great day, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Emma, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Oh, I love this. You guys are so smart and so talented, and I feel very lucky I got to hang out with you.
Well, we're going to have you back.
Yay.
Sorry about it.
Anytime.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.